Wow, that was hard. I never knew high-fiving was so violent and satisfying. My hand is a man now.
Your hand is a bro.
It is? Let's bro again.
Alright, boys, I initially wasn't going to say anything about the Gina Carano Disney Star Wars situation. Disney Star Wars has made it abundantly clear that I am not their target demographic at all. But an opportunity has presented itself to not only Agua, gorgeous slice of lady here, but to discuss the difference between the masculine and the feminine, which we go into on this channel literally all the time. When Disney purchased Star Wars, they were very clear. Kathleen Kennedy was very clear that the Force is now female, the future is female, it's all girls going forward. But something we discuss on this channel rather often is the mindset that the feminine has, which is very circular. It's circular logic that always turns around and eats itself. So let me TLDR you on the whole Disney situation. Miss Carano here, she's been expressing quite a few conservative views online. Now, for the longest, internet weirdos have been going after her, trying to get Disney to fire her or quote unquote cancel her, which didn't happen until either today or last night, early this morning, where she posted a tweet comparing the treatment of those who hold conservative views to that of to those who express hatred towards conservative views to that of Nazis. And so Disney said, yeah, we're going to give you the boot, and they fired her. Now, Miss Carano here is not going to starve, all right? She's going to do rather well for herself, but at the same time, it highlights the hypocrisy that's taking place, namely that of freedom, not just freedom of speech, but in many ways, freedom of thought. If you hold whatever views you hold, particularly in a professional manner, should not be held against you so the views you hold in a political manner should not be held against you in a professional manner. If you are doing your job, you do it well, but you just think differently about things, that in no way, shape, or form should equate to your firing or being let go of. But Disney capitulating to internet weirdos who, back in the late 90s, early 2000s, we knew that the internet was filled with liars and weirdos. It was the truth. It was running gag, and it's a truth to this day. But I believe that a big difference now is that there's, generations at this point of individuals who came up knowing absolutely nothing but the internet, and at a certain point, probably they were all born in 90, 98, 99, and now they're like, oh yeah, the internet's real life. The internet is the real world. And many of these individuals are in marketing, and they take that along with the ideologies that's been spewed throughout school to make, people who hold beliefs that are different than yours your enemy. And it's all culminated in this situation here, where by firing her, right, Disney proved her point that there is this sentiment that's very reflective. I'm not one to make these comparisons, right? Like, I consider everything at an individual level. So yeah, if we've gone through this on the channel a ton of times. If someone does something that's shitty, it doesn't matter to me what color they are or what their political beliefs is. It's the thing that they did. And that's a huge difference between the masculine and the feminine, is that the feminine goes on feelings, goes on how you made them feel, whereas the masculine, really goes on, how the things that get done, actions as opposed to perception, if that makes any sense. But, women kind of are the biggest contributors to the internet, right? Journalists with very feminine tendencies. They, yeah, despite the fact that they're men, or they're guys, they're dudes, they have penises. They also have very feminine tendencies. And so instead of respecting how Miss Carano feels about anything, or even trying to empathize and understand her viewpoint, it's really a matter of just shutting up anyone who disagrees with you. Once again, more along the lines of the feminine. And if you need an example, you're just saying, oh, Jay, you're saying that because you're saying that to go along with your hypothesis. But if you are, we had jokes back in the day of urban spaces, right, where it's very matriarchal and mama don't like being talked back to. Don't talk back. Don't talk back. Don't talk back. And one of the greatest things I always appreciate my own father for was saying, was being pissed at me whenever I would say, I don't know, right? Because he'd ask me a question, and I'll be like, I don't know. And he'd get mad. Like, no, you need to know. You need to understand. You need to, why you did this. Well, you need to be able to articulate why you did this, why you're feeling this type of way, or, you know, whatever is going on with you, because that's the only way I'll understand how to be able to help you. That's one of the great things I really appreciate about my dad, is that he actually looked for, he actually wanted to know. And it wasn't really, there was, yeah, some don't talk back times, but that's when I was being a snarky little kid. But anything that came from a genuine place of, you know, me just not having the knowledge, he really took the time to make sure that I knew that articulation and being able to understand where I'm coming from. Like I don't care about anybody else, but to be able to understand where I'm coming from, and be able to know to be able to know myself, that is such a huge part of masculinity. Yet, when it comes to the forces that got Miss Carano fired, it's really all about agenda. And when that agenda faces any form of resistance, it's just, we got to get rid of it. We got to let her go. You got to get rid of it. And capitulating to those mobs is really one of the most dangerous things that's been happening for over the past, 10 years. Let's be real. We like to think that it may have all started more recently, but it's been like 10 years of this. So real talk, in this country, yes, we have freedom of speech. I agree with those who say freedom of speech shouldn't free you of consequences of your speech. But when your speech isn't calling for harming anyone, when your speech isn't is just expressing where you at a personal level stand with things, and to have these, once again, internet weirdos come out of the woodworks and aim to destroy, it does deserve a going over. It does deserve a conversation being had around that. And let's not pretend as if, this fine, absolutely gorgeous slice of eye candy here doesn't doesn't hurt either. Like having her as a base point for this really doesn't hurt. This is actually the first time I knew of her in Deadpool. That's the first time I ever heard or seen Gina Carano. And because when it comes to MMA and the fighting stuff, I've said this on the channel before, and I'll repeat it again. I do not like watching women get their ass beat. I'm sorry. It's not appealing to me, okay? So I don't pay attention to women's MMA. I really don't pay attention to women's wrestling like that. I did, but not really for the matches. I mean, Trish Stratus was hot. Lita carried herself in a very attractive way, okay? Like, Lita, come on, let's be real. Lita did not have a banging face. She was not conventionally pretty, but much like a Gina Carano, right? Or a Michelle Rodriguez, she carried herself. I mean, Michelle Rodriguez and Gina Carano definitely have more appealing faces, but Lita carried herself with that, tomboyish, I can hang. I ain't gonna beat you, but I might be able to hang with the boys type vibe, type energy. So yeah, this is this is also an opportunity for me to, once again, for us as guys to really just bask in some femininity here, because let's be real. She got it. Like, this is an easy no pullout situation, my boys. We all know this. And, for all those who are somehow, surprised or shocked, not over here. Not over here, because this is what, like, once again, Disney, was very clear when they purchased Lucasfilm. When Kathleen Kennedy took charge, she said, agenda over everything. I know I'm paraphrasing, but that's what it was. And that agenda includes taking down women that don't agree with your agenda. The agenda is women first, except women that disagree with me. Then we got a problem. And it folds into femininity and that circular logic, right? Because that's one of the most amazing things. And ladies, don't feel any kind of way that I'm saying this, right? Or that I'm bringing this up. Yeah, because we're almost done here. But the way women are naturally built, right? There's going to be they can take the smallest bit of drama and explode it into a major conflict. And they'll spend all that time within that conflict while whatever it is you initially set out to do gets thrown to the wayside. Like, you're wasting your time arguing over something that's ultimately menial. But while the overarching goal gets completely derailed and things go awry. So yeah, this is, once again, female nature just coming and eating itself over and over again. But hey, I could be wrong now, couldn't I? But either ways, guys, with that being said, we're going to bring this one to an end. All the internet stuff. If you like it, toss it a like, dislike, go ahead, do that too. Nobody's scared of you. Sub. If you enjoy my fantastic voice, you want to get videos like this every single day, share, because sharing is caring. YouTube and Bitchute and like aren't the biggest fans of your boy over here for very obvious reasons. Bang the bell for notifications. Get something from Teespring. Check me out on Patreon. Actually, links in the description. Go in there, demolish all the links, and speak. Let me know. What do you guys think in the comments? It's nonsense what happened to her, but she ain't going to be hurting, bro. I promise you. Gina Carano is going to she's going to be even bigger now, particularly within the rights, the conservative / right side circles, because of what she sacrificed. Come on, cut it out. Don't do that. All right. Like, don't do the whole, she sacrificed so much. Like, she's in a better position now. She is a more notable figure now than she was even before she got on The Mandalorian or anything else like that, guys. So with that being said, we're going to end it all right here. Let me know what you guys think in the comments. And until the next one.
Men, we don't know what we did.